available from 2010 onwards. So if you have 2007, you will not be able to work on slices. And in 2010, you have to put data on pivot table. And pivot table data keeper, you can apply the slices. From 2013 onwards, you can apply the slices. This is what my last understanding of 2010 is. If some update has happened where you can put in tables, you can do that. But on other parts, you have data tables, and you can work into this part on the pivot data also. So first thing in slices is data binding is important. You need to bind the data. You can bind the data using data tables, or you can bind the data using pivot tables. Normally, I suggest use with data tables because that things becomes very easy and it becomes colorful also. So let's bind this data, Control T, and we have this binding of data. Let's push this down a little. What has happened? Why is this stuck? Let's create some space in left and right. And let's put this again into a table. Now, when you put this entire data into the table, you have insert slicer here, and in the insert tab also you have slicer. Now, if you put slices on a normal data, like if I put slices here, this is a normal data, it'll ask you for a connection. There is no connection running in here. Here I have put it into data table. Where have I put it? Here I have put it into data table so I can work on slices. Put the slices, it'll give you headings. Now, what I want is the zone to run in here. So when I hit a zone, the data should start working. So let's look at one. The first only one slicer. So what I get is this is basically a slicer. I have taken only one heading, so I get a slicer. So slices, when you look at this, click on slices, you will get options here into the slices. When you are out of it, the options will not be there. When you click on this, you'll get the options. The first thing that we need to do is increase the columns. So let's increase the column. Let's say 3-column data, and you can just, or you can have a 4-column data which can be worked upon like this, all the 4 columns. Now comes the beauty of this pivot. You don't have to create a separate MIS, just hit east. The entire data is worked upon by east. North, the entire data is worked upon by north. South, this. You need more than one, hold the control key and hit east. You'll get both of them. Then west. So instead of going into different sheets and working, you have a visual filter here. Now, what if when I select east, I need the account open? Let's say for selected zone. I want to create a place where I can have account open for that selected zone. And this thing has to be created along with this slicer. Because if you're not creating along with this slicer, what will happen? When you apply a filter, slicer will automatically hide that particular row. So your this account open can also get hidden. Now, so for this, we'll need something which is known as a formula, which is known as subtotal. Now, why do we need subtotal? We need subtotal because when we apply filter, subtotal helps me out in adding only the visual values, the values which are there on the data. Some values will get hidden, some values will be there. So if you use normal sum, let me use normal sum also, equal to sum, and I'll take this account opened entire thing, you will see 1750 as we have got it. Now when I apply filter also, east, this is not changing because by default, sum will add everything that it sees. So whether filter is applied or not applied, it does not have any difference running in there. But when you come here and you use subtotal, it gives us an option to add only the values which are visible. So it has two series, a series of 1 to 11 and series of 101 to 111. So we'll be using this 100 series. So what we need, 109 would be sum, comma. Now let's go ahead and select this and hit enter. Both are same, Abhi. Apply east. When you applied east, see what happened to this? 279. And in the summary sheet, east is 279. The same thing is happening here. You apply north, 594. Check it with the summary sheet, 594 with pivots. So what you are doing, you are doing this entire thing at one place. You can expand this. In the firm, you need to find how many people open 3 accounts, 5 accounts, 10 accounts. You can have a slicer for that also. Just click 3. Someone wants to do analytical thing. So instead of applying a filter, they can just have this account open on the file. Let's do this. Let me just take a copy of this. I'll do it in a new sheet. I'm changing the sheet so that it becomes easy for you to understand when you are looking at it again. Now, let us put the slices here. I'll put it here so that the data, but then again, we'll have a trouble. Try and put at the top because when you hide something, the rows can also be hidden. So let's go inside the data and insert slices. And this time we'll have account open. So what it does, it will give you only the unique values of account open. So there are only 9 things running. Now you can increase the column width, increase the width of the data, and you can position this at top of this. Let's say if we make it, oh no, let us make it little visible. Yeah. And let's keep it here. And let's insert one more slicer. Let's say I want to have zone also here. And zone, I'll put it into 3. And you can put it here. And if you have the length trouble, you will have the height and width here. You can take those measurement 1.25, 2.42. Come here, you can just change 1.25. And what was it? And they'll become the same size. Now, let's say East. How many people in the East have not opened an account? Hit 0. You'll straight away know who has not done it. How many people in East have opened 5 accounts? Open 9 accounts. So this entire visualization can happen with a simple click of a button. You don't have to worry about going there, filtering, applying filter. This is filter only, but I'm not going here to apply it. Just say north 9, north 1, 6, 0. So you'll straight away get a visual filter which is working right in front of you. That is the beauty of having this slices. And that is the reason most of the people have started using slices rather than using a complex thing. You can create an MIS like this, one pager MIS. Only 2 pages that you require. One is a summary sheet. If someone has to go to this entire summary, he can do it. Or instead of this, he can come here, apply the same formulas here. If we have to do a multiple selection, you can look into this and you can have multiple selection here. This is basically on the multiple selections. And oh, pen has stopped working. And you can remove the multiple selection. 1, 2, 3, 4. This select 1, 2, 3. Everything will work. And you can create that formula here. Sum of account token. So as soon as you select East and say 0 account, you'll get the number. You can also use count in here. Number of people who have opened 0 account. So you can have something like a count A or count. Let's have count A, and count A will not work. So you have to go into subtotal because the values will be hidden. Subtotal, and let's find count A. 103 tab, comma. First, let's remove the filter because with filters you cannot do anything. So let's select all, because what will happen if your filters are there, then you will select only that data. I want to select the entire data first. Equal to subtotal, count A, comma. Let's get the names of these employees. 386. Now, East. Yeah, this has stopped working. 0. You'll get 31. So 31 people in East have not opened the account. Let's see in the North, 22. So same way you can start working on it. You can just click in here and you can get the number of people, and this will automatically change. Now you want 2 zones. Hold the control key and get 2. 11 people. 3, 29, 4, 33. So all in all, 33 people have not opened account. And you want to have the total here, 389, you can use a simple count. And this will remove the filter from here. 386 is the total. So you want the total, you can just have count at the top. You can do a lot of analytical things into here. See, count, sorry. Hit the count it and take it from here. Since I'm taking count, I'm leaving the heading. It'll add one more employee there. And now you can have something like percentage employees with 0 account. So you can have and you can just divide them. This divided by 386, and you can convert this into percentage, increase the decimal. Next time when you are applying East 0, then this divided by 386. So 0.52% have 0 account in East. So that can also work. A lot of things can happen in here based on what you're thinking, what your thinking on this entire data is. So rest is up to you how you utilize this pivots, this slicers based on your imagination of a data. A lot of things can happen. Instead of directly putting pivots, you can have all of this running. This visual filters are a good way of working on data. You can have a lot of calculations running because you have those entire subtotal things running in there. So you can make changes based on how and what you are working upon. Now, let me help you out at one more thing on the live data.